I wouldn't revisit our top 5 quarterbacks list because there has been some movement and there have been some changes there. So I'm not gonna lie, this was a super tough list to make. So of course I'm gonna have to leave out some really good ones, but I will be giving some honorable mention recognition to those. So number 5, we have Daniel Jones, aka Indiana Jones. He's kept up with his impressive starts this year, as he along with Jonathan Taylor has led the Colts to a 5-1 record. He's currently the league leader in QBR, and he has 8 passing touchdowns to go with 4 rushing touchdowns. Impressive stuff. Number 4, I'm going with Matthew Stafford. This guy has always had one of the best arms in the NFL that can throw an absolutely beautiful ball. And I saw a crazy stat the other day. So the stat was, the most receiving yards in the season, Calvin Johnson. The last wide receiver to win the Triple Crown, Cooper Kupp. And Puka Nacua, just before getting hurt this week, was also on pace for almost 2,000 receiving yards. And what do all these guys have in common? Matthew Stafford as their quarterback. Once again, he throws a near perfect ball, and has 12 touchdowns to 2 interceptions so far this year, and almost 1,700 passing yards. Number 3, I'm going with Sam Darnold. So last year, we could have said his amazing season was a fluke because of course he had Justin Jefferson as his wide receiver, and all these other Vikings weapons. But this year, on a Seattle team who lost their top receiver in DK Metcalf, and wasn't expected to do well, he's turned Jackson Smith-Njigba into an all-star wide receiver, and he's currently leading one of the top scoring offenses in the NFL. It's undeniable at this point, his talent. His pass rating is 116 and he has 11 touchdowns to 3 picks. Number 2, I'm going with Dak Prescott. I'm not even sure if his team is going to make the playoffs this year with that atrocious defense, but he's been lighting it up every week, and without CeeDee Lamb for the most part. He's thrown for 1,600 plus yards, second in the league, and 13 touchdowns with 3 picks. And he's the second highest QBR right now, amazing stuff. And at number 1, currently most people's favorite for MVP, we have Baker Mayfield as he has that Bucs offense humming on all cylinders, and that team is cruising at 5-1. He has 12 touchdowns to 1 pick, and is finding ways to do it on the ground as well, with some of these tough, gritty runs whenever his team needs them. And it hasn't mattered who's playing receiver for him, he's playing at an unreal level, no matter how many injuries are on that team. Now for my honorable mentions, because of how tough it was to make this list, and I can't just simply leave these guys out without mentioning them. So we have Aaron Rodgers, one of my all-time favorites who's been looking great for the Steelers. You have Jared Goff, one of the most efficient passers in the NFL, who prior to this week was the catalyst for the Lions' 4-game winning streak, and who always has super high passer rating. Patrick Mahomes, who after a rough start to this year, has been putting together some big games and some massive performances, even without his top receiver. You also have Drake May, shout out to him, who's been looking like the next Patriots franchise QB possibly. And finally, of course, you have Josh Allen, who might still be a top 5 player in the NFL, but of course he had one rough game this week, which he's allowed to because he's human. I think at least.